It has been exactly 1 year since the forced migration of Armenians from Artsakh. Since then, Azerbaijan has been rapidly erasing Armenian cultural heritage from the region. Experts warn that without intervention, all traces of Armenian presence in Artsakh could soon disappear entirely. Videos of the destruction circulate daily on social media. According to the Monument Watch platform, which monitors Artsakh's cultural heritage, Azerbaijan has demolished the Artsakh National Assembly and destroyed numerous statues of prominent figures, including Charles Aznavour, Alexander Myasnikyan, Ivan Isakov, Ashot Ghulyan, and Stepan Shahumyan. Among many other churches, the Green Hour Church has been demolished and the dome of the Ghazanchetsot Cathedral has been altered. Armenian graves have also been desecrated. Entire villages such as Karindag and Mokhrenes have been razed. Additionally, large-scale road construction since 2021 has further accelerated the erasure of Armenian heritage across Artsakh.
Khachkars, erected in the Republic of Artsakh over the last 30 years, have become prime targets for Azerbaijan. Historical cemeteries are also under attack. More than 7 historical cemeteries have already been destroyed in Shushi and Sarnakh.
According to Dikranyan, who teaches culturology at the Yerevan State University, cemeteries aren't just places that mark the presence of the Armenian people. They are also culturally significant structures, with gravestones and crosses serving as reminders of Armenian history. Recently, the old Ghazanchetsot cemetery was completely razed.
The goal is clear: to sever us from our roots. This is an attack on our identity. The destruction of our historical landscape will lead to the erasure of our very identity.
Official records from the Republic of Artsakh have documented and verified 2,400 Khachkars in Artsakh. While these are significant numbers according to Hovannisyan, we have no information on their current condition.
In a scenario where UNESCO would be able to somehow bypass the sovereignty of Azerbaijan, and that is technically possible through a UN Security Council resolution, we could see monitoring.
UNESCO, the most important body for protecting cultural heritage with a global mandate guaranteed by the United Nations, can conduct missions, document heritage, and consequently help prevent its destruction.
Dikranyan explains that UNESCO's monitoring visits have been repeatedly delayed due to Azerbaijan's obstructive mirror policy. This tactic involves Azerbaijan continuously creating new obstacles, such as demanding that UNESCO also document the alleged destruction of Islamic heritage in Armenia, which further stalls the process. Dr. Simon Maghakian, a political scientist from Oxford University specializing in cultural heritage and security issues, points out that UNESCO lacks both the resources and autonomy to act effectively, as most international legal mechanisms, if not all, are voluntary.
The enforcement of international law is voluntary, and without Azerbaijan's consent to UNESCO sending a monitoring mission, that is not going to happen.
Maghakian believes that the Republic of Armenia and the Mother See of Holy Echmiadzin play crucial roles. The Artsakh Diocese in particular holds not only the rights to church properties, but also the responsibility of maintaining the physical connection between Armenian worshippers and their sacred sites.
And this is important not only for religious rights or cultural rights, but this is a lesson I've learned from the destruction in Nakhichevan, where it started in 1997, exactly 1 decade after Armenians no longer lived in Nakhichevan and were not allowed to visit.
Maghakian emphasizes that without restoring this physical connection, there is little hope for preserving the monuments. The Artsakh Diocese remains active in Armenia, addressing the daily needs of the displaced population while working on plans to safeguard cultural heritage. The extent of the cultural destruction in Artsakh may be far greater than we know. Monitoring organizations often rely on satellite imagery, which only becomes available 2 to 3 months later.
Satellite imagery allows us to see whether a monument still exists, but it doesn't reveal the extent of the damage or alterations made to individual monuments.
Today, it is very difficult to assess the full extent of the destruction. Azerbaijan no longer pursues its earlier policy of selective demolition and has chosen the policy of total obliteration.
As for what the government agencies are doing to address the situation, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs informed ＳիվիլՆեթ that they continue to raise the issue in international platforms, including UNESCO. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education, Science, Culture and Sports is working with various organizations to preserve Armenian heritage in Artsakh. For almost a year, no measures have been able to restrain Azerbaijan's actions. Concerns are growing that the destruction of the Armenian heritage in Artsakh mirrors the systematic obliteration seen in Nakhichevan.